Hi there. Welcome to the Founder's Journey, where founders don't just arrive, they evolve. Today, we're going to be looking at the explorer and builder advantage. This is the first two stages of the founder's journey, and I think they are the most important two stages of the journey. Okay, let's go and look at first the founder's journey itself. We are going to briefly cover the 5 stages of the founder's journey. The first stage that we're going to explore today is the explorer stage. This is where you're looking at the various opportunities that you can exploit. The second is the builder stage. This is where you begin to build on one of those opportunities. The third is the operator stage. This is where what you are really looking for is consistent sales. Number 4 is the growth stage. This is where you are thinking about staging. You really have to start employing people because you need to duplicate yourself in the lives of others. And then number 5 is the visionary stage. This is where you begin to have influence around the world even, or have influence within your industry and begin to think about sustainability and probably opportunities that you never looked at the various other stages. All right. Most founders actually want wrong advice. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by most founders want wrong advice? Well, the founder goes to the internet or they listen to an influencer and they want to learn about consistent sales. They want to learn about leadership. They want to learn about influence. However, what's important for them could be, especially, this is where most founders are, they are oscillating between explorer and builder. They need to be asking questions like, what business should I choose that fits into or fits in with my abilities, my interests, and the kind of people that I want to work with? That's what they should be asking. They should be asking, how do I recognize opportunities? They probably should be asking, how do I generate my first sales? Because that's exactly where they are. But many founders are caught in this trap. What is the trap? Well, the trap is building multiple businesses. Because you've heard about multiple streams of income, a founder thinks, yeah, I'll just go and have a business doing this and have a business doing that. And I'll just grow many different products at the same time. That's a trap, actually. The other thing is multiple products or even multiple opportunities. They're chasing every open door. They look at something on the internet and they're like, oh, those guys are making money. I want to get into that. Or those people are doing well. Let me just latch onto that. But focus is what creates mastery. And mastery is what creates momentum. And momentum is what creates sales. Or momentum is what creates the scaling that we're actually looking for. But first of all, we need to master the stages that we are in. So let's look at the explorer stage. I categorize the explorer stage, which is the first stage of the founder's journey, as looking like a secondary school. So what do we do in secondary school? Well, in secondary school, we learn many subjects. Some of those subjects we hated, and some of them we loved, but we learned many subjects. It's the same thing. On the explorer stage, you are exploring broadly what you may specialize in later on. The explorer stage is also the place where you discover your strengths because you are going through a lot of tests. And the explorer stage is where you really look at many opportunities. So in my next video, I'm going to be talking about the 6 signs that you found the right opportunity. But the explorer stage is where you really explore the possibilities. Nobody looks at the secondary school and say, oh, that was a waste of time. Oh, well, some do, but most people don't, because that's where you explore. And it's never a waste of time for you to actually explore at this particular stage, because this is where you learn what you like and what you don't. This is where you learn about your strengths and your weaknesses. It is by you going through these stages that you actually become somebody who gets to the visionary stage. All right. The second stage after the explorer, so I've explored various opportunities. I've probably chosen one opportunity. So now I need to build. And it's about building stage, is about building on the one thing, looking at one opportunity and building on it. So imagine like a city which has roads, schools, hospitals, shops, and homes, and railway, and all of those things that make the city work. The sewage system, the electricity system, and all those things. It works. Why? Because each one was built one at a time. Each particular utility was built one at a time, or was built well. It was given time. In the same way, this builder stage is where you exploit one opportunity at a time. You build one product. You have one offer. You take one step at a time. This is the builder stage. And many people want to skip this because they want to build multiple products at the same time. The point is, you don't have the experience yet to build multiple products at the same time. That comes when you get to the operator and the growth stage. So first, you need to build one thing at a time. You need to give it a few months for you to know whether it's going to work or not. Now, I want to give you 4 reasons why the explorer and the builder stage are probably the most important 2 stages in any founder's journey. Number 1, the explorer and the builder stages are the most revisited stages. Once you've gone past the explorer and the builder stage, most of the time you find yourself coming back to those 2 stages. Why is that? Because those 2 stages is what you use when you want to release any new product or any new service, or when you want to create any new business, or when you want to enter into any new market. It's how you have learned to explore, to discover the right opportunity. What's going to work for you is where you learned to build one at a time, to build your new product one at a time, to enter into one new market one at a time. Now, this is really important. Why do I say that? Because every time you launch something new, you return to the explorer and the builder stage. It is the most experienced founders. That's what they do. They know this and they embrace it. So let me give you a story that captures what I'm talking about here. If you know Grant Cardone, and if you don't know Grant Cardone, go check out Grant Cardone online. Grant Cardone ran one experiment because he's a property builder, he's a property investor. That's how he's made a lot of his money. He went to a new city with a minimum amount of money, let's say like $200. I don't remember the exact figure, but it was around about $200. He went to a new city with $200, and within 1 week, he bought a property with the systems that existed there. How does somebody go to a new city with just $200 and buy a property? You and I may not be able to do it. Why? Because he has been through the founder stages and he understands what it takes to explore, to build. That is the reason why he could do it. Now, if you think about that, he revisited, he's a billionaire already, but he revisited the explorer and builder stage, and that enabled him to actually make money. If you get what I'm talking about. Okay, the second reason why the explorer and the builder stages are critically important is the capabilities you gain from actually spending time in those 2 stages. For example, you gain opportunity recognition, or if you like, pattern recognition. You gain the ability to execute, because for you to build, you have to be disciplined to deliver a particular service. You learn to be curious. You learn how to sell. Most founders want to avoid selling. You learn things online. What you hear things online like, hey, you can just do this. You don't have to sell anything. You don't have to look at anybody. For some people, that's true. But for most of us, that's not true at all. Nobody is going to give you £10,000 for you to deliver a product unless they can talk to you. Nobody's going to give you £50,000 unless they can talk to you. Why do you think big businesses fly across the world to go sit down, even now in the digital age, to go sit down and talk to the people they want to sell to? Because business is still done by face-to-face. The higher the amount, the more people have to sit down and have a conversation. Anyway, that's how it works for most people. This is your capabilities that you gain. You also gain self-awareness. You gain validation. You gain how to be resilient. A third reason why the explorer and the builder stage is important is because most people think that their business is their security. That's what most people think. They think, well, I'm going to set up a new business and that's going to be my security. Actually, what the security is the capabilities that you have gained from going through those journeys, because market changes, technology changes, industry changes. Guess what remains? What remains is your capabilities. These are the true security that you have. That's why Grant Cardone can go to a new location and recreate what he did at home. The only reason why he could do that is because he took with him the capabilities, the experiences that he had gained before. Okay, number 4 reason why the explorer and the builder stages are the most important is because the reinvention advantage after the mastery of the explorer and the builder stages puts you in a very strong position. Position to do what? Position to adapt. When conditions change, you can easily adapt. Position to pivot if you need to. Position to reinvent, to reimagine yourself. Position to start again. I want to read what I wrote there. It says that founders who master exploration and building can adapt, pivot, reinvent, start again because they possess the underlying capabilities that no market shift can take away. Oh, I love that. And that, my brother and my sister, is the real advantage here that we're talking about. So, do not try to circumvent the explorer and builder stages because those two are extremely important. Look at this statement. Founders don't suddenly arrive, they evolve. This is how you can effectively evolve, by going through the various stages and evolving. All right. My question to you is, what is your current stage? What is your current founder stage? If you don't know that, if you look in the description box below, you'll find a link to a GPT that I've created for you that will help you to assess what founder's journey you are in. All right. Remember, founders don't suddenly arrive. They evolve. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.